Hi everyone, welcome back to yet another awesome session today. And wait, what's just happened? Zeta has actually hacked onto my stream, and we have Pranjali here. So Pranjali, you want to take over? You hijacked it anyway.
Sure. So, hi everyone, this is Pranjali Singh, and we are streaming the second workshop of ZetaHacks 3.0. So we are here with Praveen today, who has been a community enthusiast, open source contributor. So he's going to be taking a workshop on React, which is full stack development. Not my cup of tea, let me tell you, but I'm here to support him. So Praveen has been a YouTuber, a blogger, an author, and a speaker to many sessions that you might have attended in the community. And you might have seen his face a lot of times in most of the sessions. So Praveen here, and over to you, Praveen.
Thank you, Pranjali. That was an awesome intro. And hey, everyone, let me give a quick introduction about myself for those who don't know. And so my name is Praveen. I'm originally from Chennai, India, and currently living and working in the UK for one of the top 2 banks in the UK as a full stack JavaScript specialist. And today, since we are already talking about banks and Zeta is also about fintech, so why don't we do something creative or something crazy that I have not done before, and I want to learn with you all. So this is what I'm planning to do today. And those people who have joined in Zoom, if you want to talk, I don't think I will be able to enable the chat here. So if you go to the YouTube part, and there is live chat there, and you can ask your questions. In the meantime, while we are figuring out how to create a SplitWise app or something like that, a clone of the app, I'll also try to figure out how to enable the chats here. But in the meantime, there is I'm looking at both the YouTube chats as well as the Zoom chats. So that's something which I wanted to say. And to give a quick introduction about what we are going to learn today, that is what is the question for every one of you, right? So first thing, let's look into what all things that we are learning today. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to create a simple React.js application. And this React.js application is going to be a clone of our popular Splittr, SplitWise, and other kind of apps. And we will be learning a lot in the path. So in case if you are new to everything, please don't worry. It is going to be very basic, and all your questions will be answered as well. I promise it. And apart from that, I'm going to make sure this whole stream is going to be very interesting. So I'm the only person who is actually working on this, setting up the streams and other things. So it would be a bit difficult for me to work on things as well. And in case if you haven't connected with me, please do connect with me. So I have, here's my LinkedIn, and I'm extremely active on LinkedIn. And because of that, they blocked me in LinkedIn as well. Even I got kicked out yesterday. And in case of any career related guidance for full stack development, because that is one of the awesome booming career right now. And if you want to get into it, or if you need any guidance or something of that sort, I'm always here to help you out. And if someone wants to come to the UK to study as well, I'm a right person. Okay, so cutting down all the talks. So let's go ahead and let me also share my screen, and let's directly, how many of you, okay, I hope everyone is ready for the what do you call this, demo? Okay, so first thing which I'm gonna do is let me share my screen. So can everyone say if you're able to see the screen? For those who are in YouTube, sorry, what do you call this? Yeah, in YouTube, I'll just check the chats. In the meantime, others, Pranjali, you have to take care of the Zoom side of things.
Sure.
Okay, yes.
I guess we are able to see both places.
Excellent. So great. So we are here. So the first thing is, like I keep saying that I'm a full stack developer, right? So what is a full stack developer without a website? So this is my website. That's praveen.science. And I would request every one of you to create something simple like this. It's a very simple website. It has just, hey, I'm Praveen Kumar. I'm a mentor, and here are the ways you can actually stalk me: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, everything. And this is my YouTube channel as well here. And what I want you to keep in your personal portfolio is a quick introduction And then in case if you have a work experience, also if you want to make sure you're connecting your LinkedIn profile, because obviously that is going to give you like prospects to job. In case if you don't have an experience, just skip this section, directly go to the education part. What I did here, I just copied all my content from my brochures, and then all these numbers are made up numbers, so just leave it. And with respect to portfolio, this is something which I want to say to every one of you. So first thing is, even if you do a small hello world application, try to flaunt it out in your LinkedIn and socials and all the other places, because you can actually see how you have progressed over the time. For example, this is something which I did like let's say 10 years ago or 11 years ago. It was done in 2010, and this was done in like 2011, and it was like with support for Internet Explorer 6. Does anyone even know what Internet Explorer 6 is now? So, and here is something like another thing which I did like long back, 2012 maybe. So these three things I did 10 years ago, while these are a couple of things that I did very recently. You can see how we have grown, like as a person, as a developer. So I would request everyone to do it. And one more thing is, I know a lot of people will not be as comfortable as me to come in video and talk to people. But if you're good with something, if you learned something, try to blog it and try to write something and share it to all your friends and colleagues, which actually helps you in improving your written communication skills. So this will be really helpful for those who are beginning to write something, beginning in development. There are a lot of blogging platforms, available. So make use of it, and that will also do two things for you: improve your written communication skills, which is really important in the business. And second thing is, it will also help you with showing you what you are good with. And finally, this is what people talk behind my back, and here's how you can talk behind my back. So that's about my simple portfolio, and this is the idea which I wanted to tell every one of you who is meeting me for first time. And let's kind of go on. And then now we'll be using something like an online IDE or an offline IDE. So offline IDE is going to be VS Code. So I've got my VS Code set up here, but I'm going to give this choice to every one of you who is watching. So should we use VS Code or should we use an online IDE? Okay, for people who have just joined, I'm just going to quickly tell you what we are going to do now. So we are going to create a React-based web application, and we'll be creating something like a SplitWise or Splittr clone for financial management. Like, it's one of the financial management, right? So when you go outside and when you are spending money with your friends in a group and you don't know who is gonna get what or something like that. And I am completely zero about the preparation. I haven't prepared anything. So it's gonna be live, completely live. Also, I'm trying to figure out how to enable the Zoom chat without affecting the live stream. In case if you want to ask any questions, just head over to the link in the chat. It is going to go to the live stream on YouTube, and just put your questions. All the questions will be answered for sure. And so we will be looking into the React.js concepts, the JSX basics, how we can componentize different components, different types of components, when to use, what are the use cases, and then data handling, the flow, states and props, conditional rendering, error handling, almost the complete basic concepts of React we'll be learning while building a complete product. So at the end of the live stream, you will be having a complete product. At the same time, you will also learn the concepts of React. So how does this sound? And I'm looking at the questions from YouTube. So yes, Rohan, this is being streamed in two places. So people have joined in Zoom as well. And currently I'm streaming it in YouTube as well. And I can see your a lot of questions are coming up, which is great. And there are people who have like, okay, now it's crazy. I want your answer, Pranjali, because 2 people answered VS Code, 2 people answered online. Now, where is Eddie? No, Eddie is not here. All right.
Okay, I guess VS Code would be better.
VS Code will be better. Okay, so you are ready to ruin my system, is it? Fine. So as you say, boss. So now the first thing which I wanted to say is, see, this is my VS Code setup. And this setup is also open source. I am always an advocate for open source. Oh, by the way, this is push-up t-shirt. Okay, leave it. So what I would say is, type in Praveen dev environment on Google, and you will be able to find the first link as my personal development environment. And this is the environment that I'm going to use. Currently, I'm using a Mac machine. It's a modified Mac machine. Don't ask me why, because I'm like that, always like curious to do things. So I'm basically using Google Chrome because Google Chrome gives you almost all the developer tools and everything. And here is React Dev Tools. This is something offered by Facebook from Google extensions, Google Chrome extensions. So make sure you have that for React.js development. Obviously, I'm using Zoom to use this communication and stream to the YouTube thing. Git is really helpful in terms of like, if you want to go back in time with code, always use Git, and we will be using Git a lot in this as well. Git and GitHub. I'll be sharing the source code with you all, both in Zoom as well as in YouTube too. And item is one of the thing which is Mac specific, but I don't know how good it is because now the basic terminal has got everything. At the same time, there is OMyZSH as well. This is one of the shell replacement. I know a lot of people are using bone shell, fish shell, and something like that. OMyZSH seems to be a lot of doing a lot of good things to me. So Sublime Text I was using previously, that to the version 2. So now let's keep off all these things coming directly to Node.js. Node.js is the thing that is actually going to run the JavaScript code for us. It is a JavaScript runtime environment, and we will be using Visual Studio Code for working with everything. These are the 8 plugins that I'm using currently, and that you can see for yourself here. There are only 8 plugins here. They are the same plugins which are listed over here as well. So with that being said, I'll also send this link to everyone. And yeah, I'm just gonna quickly look at the chat messages. VS Code any day. Okay, everyone says VS Code now. Was it you, Pranjali? You confused them. Okay, let's go with VS Code fully. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a GitHub repository. I hope everyone knows what a GitHub repository is. And please ask me questions in case of anything. And so I'm just going to create a new repository. It's going to be a public repository. So Zeta split. We cannot use SplitWise, right? That will be bad. So Zeta Splittr clone. Okay. Or else we can make it as Wise split. And so how am I going to add this? Okay, let me actually open the YouTube quickly and take the content from there. That's actually easier. So here's how from there. Here's how it is actually showing in YouTube. This looks really nice. Anyway, so splitting builds easier in the React way. What exactly I was about to take it from here? Just copy this part. Okay, cool. Everyone says VS Code. Okay, so this is something which I do. I'm not touching any of these checkboxes. No initialization of repository is required here. By the way, is my voice and video, everything clear? The whatever you see in the computer on the screen, is everything clear?
It is, yeah, it is.
Okay. So the moment you create a repository, it is going to tell you how you can set up a repository on the command line and everything. But I believe a lot of people are afraid about command line, right? That's all right. I can understand. So what you do is I click on the Explorer here, the first, the icon here. And then here, there is a clone repository option here in VS Code. So I'm just going to close this, click on clone repository. It says clone from GitHub. Don't do that. So go back to this. I'm just going to click on copy here. Okay. And then I'll click use a new file. Get lost. I'll use a new file here. And I'm just going to copy my username and then paste it over here in front of github.com. I hope the text is clear, right? Okay. I hope the text is clear here, right? So it says Praveen Signs HTTPS, then Praveen Signs at github.com/Praveen Signs, a Zeta SplitWise clone or Y split clone. And by the way, if your username is Pranjali or something, so use this way. So don't change this one, but change this one. So that is what I generally ask everyone to do. And before that, I'll also send this link to everyone. And where is our YouTube folks? Source code. Cool. Nice. So once I copy this, once I make this particular thing, I'm going to click on clone repository and provide the repository URL. I click on, I paste this one. It says clone from URL. Let's use that option. And before doing that, I want to delete everything here and close it maybe. And then click on clone from URL. It is going to ask me where I should be saving it. I'm going to say I'll save it in ZetaHack, and here I'll use this as a repository location. Now it says, would you like to open the clone repository? Yes, please. And then the first part to do is the reason why we say what do you call this? VS Code is better as it has literally everything. It has Explorer here, it has Git here, it has Terminal here, whatnot. Everything is here. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to run a command called npx create react app and then folder name. So why npx? Npx is totally different from npm. So npx is equal to npm install something, then something. I mean, if npx create react app and there is a something here, right? That one, then npx uninstall, sorry, npm uninstall something. So what essentially happens here is whenever you try to download some kind of a setup program, you download it, install the whole thing, then you will remove that setup program, right? That is exactly what npx is doing. So now what we are going to do is we are going to use npx create react app. I want it in the current folder. So I'm going to put dot as the current folder and then press enter here. So this might take a long time depending on your internet connection, your computer. If it is Windows, yeah, it is kind of hopeless, but don't worry. Keep your hope, keep your faith up. And then for Linux and Mac machines, it's going to work fine. I'm going to press the enter and see how long it's going to take. Okay, so this will first create a new package.json file in this folder, and then it is going to install some packages, React, React DOM, React scripts. How it is installing? It is with CRA template. So it's going to download a lot of files. So why I'm using always npx and not directly do npm install create react app -g, like global installation is also possible. A lot of places people say do a global install and then use this create react app alone and do something and stuff like that. I will never, it's not never, or never is a strong word. I'll not recommend that because React keeps on changing. You know, JavaScript, it is going to say this way. So JavaScript is one thing that is going to follow a kind of like a saying, which is called Matramundre Maradadu, which means that's in Tamil, it means change is the only constant. When React.js, you created an application yesterday, it was created with 16.2.3. Now it would be 16.2.7 with a lot of bug fixes. So that's the reason I always say, like, go with the latest version of React. And so now we have actually created a React application in our folder. If you check in the Explorer, you could see a lot of things here. And now what we will be doing here is, let me put a git status. So there will be like only a couple of files that are, okay, there are only 18 files that are supposed to be updated. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put created a React app using CRA. CRA is the create React app. So I'll just put yes and then send it. Now, if I click on this button again, it is going to push and pull and okay, fine. I'll just do GP sub. So now if I refresh this page, you can see that the whatever we have done so far 16 seconds ago has been created. And we will also do a deployment of the same as well. Okay, so I'll show you how to create your own website, host the website. Everything will be covered in this 1 hour time. Like I guess the next 1 hour, in between next 1 hour, I'll cover everything. So the first thing is, let's quickly go to the chats if there is any question. Okay, Rohan has already done it, which is cool. Any questions from people who have connected on Zoom? In case if you have any questions, just can you, okay, I'll just send you this this link as well, so that you can quickly go ahead and put a comment or put a message or something like that. Okay, now let's do some cleanup here. So generally when React app is created, let's try to run this React app. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in npm start. That is the command that is used to run React application. So the moment I press the run npm start and leave my hands, it automatically opens the browser window and also shows us, okay, edit src/app.js to unsave to reload. So this comes with a hot module replacement. So what it does is it is going to automatically update your code as well. So for example, if I remove all these things and if I go to, what is this, src/app.js. So now what I'm going to do is, hey Zeta hackers, and put a hello symbol and save it. The moment I save it, see, I haven't done anything. It is not even saving, sorry. The moment I save it, on the right side, you can immediately see it has updated it, right? Cool. So now we have got a working React application. Is it going fine so far? Any questions? Okay, Shrishti says, like, why did you write your name before GitHub? Yeah, this is a good question. I'm extremely a lazy person. I don't want to keep on putting my password and username every time when I do a clone. So that's the reason I put my username before. At least it saves in one step. So that is one thing. Akhil Sahu says, we can also use VS Studio for creating React app. Okay, there is a difference between Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code. What I'm using here is Visual Studio Code, not the Visual Studio. Visual Studio is huge. It's a demon. It's a monster. When you try to install that, it needs a lot of spaces. It is mainly for .NET application development. VS Code is for most of the JavaScript and open source application development. A lot of things are supported in VS Code. Let me show you what all things are supported actually. So if I click on this JSR here, look at this. There is also CUDA CPP, I guess C++ project, CoffeeScript, Dart, Rust is also there, Julia, Markdown, PowerShell, plain text. See, I'm working on a Mac machine and I believe .NET will also be there. Let's see if we have ASP support. C# will be there at least. See, F# is from C# is a Windows-based thing. F# is also Windows-based thing. Handlebars is there. Like Handlebars is just a library of JavaScript. For even that, they have given a lot of things. The same case with React as well. So for React, it has complete support as well. So I hope that was clear. Mac and Windows 10 and above has this emoji picker, which you can make use of it. So that's how I made it. And so what does Windows? So does Windows. Yes, Windows plus dot. Yes, Windows plus dot will give you a emoji picker as well. Yes, so Windows 10 and above has this feature. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead with the next things. The next thing what we are going to do is we are going to discuss this change. And then it is going to say back to learn React. So now the thing is, React Create React app has created a lot of files which are unnecessary for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Explorer, and so here it is Finder. So in Finder, I'm going to create four directories: components, styles, assets, and finally services and tests. So these are the directories I created. I created it for making all these. Sorry, I'm not able to zoom into this particular part. It is it is Mac Finder or Windows Explorer. I don't think you can zoom in here. So I'm gonna put all these things organized into these things. these folders. So app.css has come with this one, so it is going to go to trash. The moment I tried deleting it, it says the compilation failed, and even here you will see the compilation fail error. It is, everything is real time here. So I'll also show you how we can do branding and all these things. So going forward, so app.js, this is the main component. So it goes to the components. App.test.js, it is going to go to the test document. Index.css, again, it has come with this one. Let's remove it. Index.js, never touch it. So this is what is going to help us with all these things. Logo.svg, technically it should go to assets, but it is going to go to the bin right now. Okay, so now we have reorganized everything, and we need to fix all these errors as well. So let's get rid of all this one. So in index.js, I have imported index.css, which is no more existing. So I'm going to remove it. App is not there here. So I'm going to put it inside the components/app. Okay, now if I save it, even then it is going to show some errors are there. And here is a report web vitals in case of performance and other things for logging the results. Those kind of things are going to be here. You don't even need this. So I'm just going to get rid of this. And now we can go to our app.js, and then we don't need anything here. Let's get rid of everything. And I'm going to create a simple functional component. So to create a simple functional component, I'm using a plugin again, which is one of the extensions, which is ES7 React Redux kind of a thing. So I want to use a class component. So I'm going to use RCC, and this creates a class component. So now I'm going to do export default app. And then here I'm going to put .app. And let me say, hello, Zeta hackers. And then I'm going to save it. The moment I save it, it says compiled successfully. And if I go here, I have to refresh the page because we have done a lot of changes. And here you go, hello, Zeta hackers. So we have got the thing here as well. So quickly coming back to the code, this is the code about very, very simple, few lines of code. And I'm just going to go to look at the comments. I'm asking when we press dot on GitHub repo, it creates VS Code web. So can we use it for React web? Oh, Akhil, I guess you're talking about code spaces. I'm an unfortunate kind of a person, I guess. I did not get my code spaces enabled, or even what was that? GitHub Copilot. Nothing got enabled for me. So I'm sorry about that. Shrishti Gupta says, could you please elaborate more on the folder structure? Why do you prefer tests and styles folders separately than having individual style and tests? Okay, that's actually a wonderful question, Shrishti. Shrishti, the problem here is, the approach here is you can take two approaches. One, every component is in its own folder. Like you have the CSS, you have the test, you have the component itself, everything in one folder. That is one approach, some kind of an approach. And there is another approach where you have test, you have CSS styles, everything in one folder. But in components folder, there is only the hierarchy of the components. In the styles, you have the hierarchy of the styles. The reason is in case if you want to just get rid of actually, you have a point, because if you want to get rid of component along with their styles and tests, it is easier for doing in the other way. Whereas I prefer this because I'm using SCSS, and SCSS can have the hierarchy. So we are going to copy the same hierarchy between both the files. And this also helps me in another thing. I don't need to import everything one by one in the same file. So that way it is going to help me in that way. So that way. Am I blabbering? Sorry, I did not eat anything. Okay. Rajdeep says, which do you think is better, Angular or React? Why? Personally, I like React because React has a lot of, first thing, Angular is a framework, React is a library. Frameworks cannot be integrated to other places, whereas libraries can be put on top of anything else. And in terms of React, why it is good is, the learning curve was very easy comparing with Angular or Vue, which are the current competitors. There is also Svelte as well. I haven't tried Svelte yet. If I like it, maybe I'll go. And Angular has a lot of, like the learning curve is very tough there. And I tried to learn Angular, but I failed miserably. And React, though, it's like completely HTML based or something like that, which is very easy compared to Angular. That's my personal opinion. For anyone who is going to try out, who has a question between Angular versus React, what I would suggest you do is do the same kind of an application using both Angular as well as React, and you will find out which is better or which is not better or something like that. So that is something which I wanted to say. Yes, that is what Rohan as well says. And which is best, class component or functional component? In my opinion, the functional component are highly efficient than class component, but class components are easy to set the states, use the things, those kind of things. Class components are easier. So this is my point. Cool. So finish with all the questions. In case if you have any questions, please go ahead and put it on the stream right away, and I'll get it answered. Great. So now we are going to go continue with this one. So how many of you know Bootstrap here? So we'll be using Bootstrap for all the design side of things so that we can make things easier. And let's start with Bootstrap. So how are we going to do it? Before that, you see here, it says React app. It has a React application thing. But before that, let's quickly, we have done all the cleanup and changes, right? Clean up and reorganization. And then the next thing is we need to do the branding part of things. So can everyone suggest a good name for this, please, for this product? How about Pranjali? You start with some name. In the meantime, I'm going to get Bootstrap by using getbootstrap.com. Pranjali, any name suggestions for this?
Blank right now. I was legit thinking, but I'm blank right now.
See, we are doing Splitwise clone, right? So instead of Splitwise, we can use Wise Split.
Okay.
Splitwise logo, we will see. We are not going to steal this or anything. So they have got something like this. But let's think of something else. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the CSS alone because and I do understand that Bootstrap 5.1 doesn't use jQuery, but still I don't want to use any DOM manipulation scripts. Bootstrap's bundle of JS will have DOM manipulation scripts, whereas React has got this virtual DOM manipulation. Virtual DOM. So we should not use DOM manipulation here. And let's go quickly to the public index.html. Wise split. Split it wisely among your friends. Easy, right? So we can use the same thing here. So after that, I'm going to add the link and then it gets added this way. So I'm just going to put the same thing in the description as well and then save it. So now we need the nice icon. See, the moment I added the code, it has become the default thing and stuff like that. So there is this website called Flat Icon, which I will always suggest for all these 5.2 million vector icons. So let's try finding out like a money icon. So money and split, right? Money split. No, get lost. I accept. Hey, look at this. So many money split icons are there. So I'm going to go with premium icons and okay, there are so many icons. I'm going to use this one. How does this look? There's a dollar anyway, but let's see. I like this. So this icon looks nice, but still it has $, but shall we use this one? Any other suggestions from the chat in YouTube? I I think that is a little bit personal, so you can feel what is comfortable. Yeah, that's a good question. Angular, it is required most of the time. Yes, I know. I think I should learn Bootstrap before watching your stream. See, Bootstrap is used by a lot of people, so many people find it comfortable to use Bootstrap because it is responsive. All you need to do is just add some classes, and you can make an app very quickly. And I'm going to show you something totally new, totally awesome. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Shameless publicity. Sorry about that. Okay. The reason why I'm using a CDN is it is going to be very quick for running, and it will not die. That is one reason. And second thing is, when there are multiple HTTP requests are going on, the efficiency will be better. I will always use CDN for this case, and I don't want to bloat my local working directory a lot. That is the reason I will use CDN. And Split Smart. Hey, nice. Split Smart. The name looks good. Thanks, Rajdeep Chatterjee. Then there is a build splitter. Rohan, you are fired. How to add Bootstrap with the npm install? Well, there is an introduction here in the modules. Just search for npm. It's actually an npm thing. I don't know is the answer. So, I mean, like, this Webpack, this JavaScript. Look at here. Hey, there should be somewhere. Definitely npm install Bootstrap or something like that. So that is how we install Bootstrap, and using npm maybe. And we will just go with this money. Okay. Someone actually use instead of voice split, we will use. Oh, it did not copy it. Split Smart. Hey, you should have actually said it before. We could have changed the name of the what do you call this? Yeah, Split Smart. Split it wisely among your friends. We could have changed the repository name. Okay, so we have changed the title. We have added Bootstrap's URL. I want a good font, so I'll go to fonts.google.com. And then I'll choose not Roboto for sure. I'm going to choose Open Sans for now. I'm going to keep it simple and quick for these people. So in respect of time, I'm going to use Open Sans, light, regular, semi-bold. That's all. So I'm going to use this link with the preloading tag. Go here, the same way how we use this. Save it, done. And then we have actually covered everything in the public except the icon. So what we are going to do now is close this one. We want this money split thing, but this is a PNG, right? So I'm gonna download free PNG download, please. Yes, T-Rex, just drink a coffee. So this one, right? It is 512 by 512. It looks really good. Okay. So we have got our icon done here. So, but the icon is not in the correct format. Not this one, sorry. Here, if you go to the public folder, you have logo 192 and logo 512. We'll use the same thing for these icons. Logo 512, Command D, and logo 192. Okay, there is a catch here. We also have a favicon.ico. So there is a favicon generator.org. Okay. So don't, this is actually a best site, real favicon generator, but there is this favicon app icon generator. Use that one. And it is asking to choose file. So I'm just gonna choose any one of the file. Both the files are the same. Generate only 16 by 16 favicon.ico. Create favicon. It's gonna create this way. And I'm just going to click on download this one, but did I select maintain the image dimensions because it is already a square image. So that's the reason. And then if I go here, there is this favicon. There is, yeah, it looks like this when you see from outside. So this, and this. So if I go here, I'm going to replace. Okay. Before I go replace, make sure you look at that tab on the top which says Split Smart. Okay. So I'm going to apply to all and click on the replace. Boom. Look at this. It automatically replaced. That is how responsive React is. Like any changes that is happening in the file structure, it is going to get immediately changed. So we have set the branding side of things here. We have also added the fonts, I believe. So added fonts, updated the logo and description, right? So added fonts and updated, added fonts, Bootstrap. Okay, branding changes done. Added fonts, added Bootstrap 5, and finally updated the nice logo. Okay, so all these things are done and these things are getting pushed as well. So now everything should be available for you too. Okay, cool. Now let's start working on the component part. Okay, so how we are going to create components? So we are going to create a quick new file. I'm going to put everything in Bootstrap because we are just using Bootstrap, right? So Bootstrap header, and here when header is concerned, we are just giving some options and it is going to display the content. So I'm going to use a functional component here. There is, in case if you want to store something inside the component itself, so props are something that is coming from the outside, states are something that is going to be inside. So in case if there is anything that you are going to use states for at that point of time, we'll be using a class component. If not, we will be using a functional component. Now everyone is using functional component with on-demand states, which is called as hooks. Use state hook is there. So I guess my best advice that for other people, which I would say is go with functional components everywhere. I'm doing state component because class components, because it is going to be easy for everyone to learn. And I love states. So that's the reason. Okay, so we have got this header.js. So what is going to go inside header.js? So let's use a React arrow function component with export. So I did this. And now here, I'm going to use a header component. So how does the header component look like? So here we have a navbar. Okay, in the meantime, everyone in the chat, please tell me if you want to use a dark header or a light header right now. And before that, I'm just going to find out a simple header. This simple header looks nice. So I'm going to use this one. So when you're using React, you cannot use this class. So I'm going to change everything into class name. Okay. And then if I save this and go here, I'll get rid of this one. I'll put header. This is from the source components Bootstrap header. Yes, press enter. It automatically imports it for me as well. So if I put something like, what was the name of the thing again? What did we give? It is split smart, like that. Okay, so the moment I give this way, nothing will happen here because it just shows a navbar here. So how many of you want dark and how many of you want light? So if we want to give options to the props to the component, we'll be using dark. We will be passing the props this way. So I'm going to pass one thing called dark, another thing called children, and another thing is class name. Okay, so these three things will come from the parent. So how does this dark is defined? In case of the dark is true or false, based on that, I'm gonna put dark or I'm gonna put light. I hate TypeScript just because of this, because when it comes, dark is going to be a Boolean value, and now it has become a string value. Now I want to include something, something like a dynamic text here. So I'm putting it between the braces. So instead of this light, I'm going to put dark here, the variable dark, and then here also I'm going to put the variable dark. So the moment I put this, it still shows me light. So how many of you dark forever? Okay, literally everyone wants dark. Cool, then let me close this. Any other questions? No other questions. That's great. So what I'm going to do here is dark here, dark here, dark here, right? This is split smart. So here I'll just put the children. Okay, and then I also need to have the container class name. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one class name here and there is another header class name. Okay, two class names I'm adding. Why? Now here, if the class name is set, then give a space plus class name, else nothing. Okay, now I'm going to use the same logic here, but instead it is going to be a header class name. I'll tell you why I'm using this one. So now you can see Split Smart coming here, and that's it. There is no other changes here in the header part. So I'm just going to close the header part, and I'm going to add this to our thing saying like componentized header using Bootstrap. React. Now for the app.js, right? What I'm going to do here is, if I need another header, which is just dark, it shows dark is an attribute. So if I put true here, immediately I get a complete header with dark mode on. So that is the power of React. Okay, Rohan, again, you're fired because you're using light. Okay, right. So let's, we are done with, all these basic things. Also, I forgot to do one thing. I have forgotten to add our own custom CSS. Let's do it in a few minutes. So before that, so we have got the header as dark and contain, header class name as justify content center, so that it gets centrally aligned. Okay, added header. So that's all. So this is about the basics of Bootstrap, basics of React, how JSX works, how components work, how the props travel from the parent component to the child component, etc., etc. Now we are going to get into the real things. So before that, let's try to add our custom styles. So like how one person asked me, what are we going to do with styles? I'm going to use a SCSS. Basically, why SCSS? Let's say if I have a lot of code here, like for example, I have a header, I have a H1, I have a logo, everything. Now, if I want to write CSS for it, it is going to be a huge, massive work. So if I use Sass and create the CSS, it is going to be very quick for me. Let me show you how quick it is going to be for me. Now, if I want to have something like this, I need to use a header. Then I have H1. I guess I need to copy it everything again and type in A. So something like that. This is going to go on forever, right? But instead, what if I put header inside that H1, inside that A, and then if I give, like something like this. Look at this. It automatically generates the whole thing. So this is the main reason why I'm using Sass, and also it supports filters and functions and other awesome things that it automatically is able to do all these things. So to install SCSS support, we will be using an extension. We'll be using a package called Node Sass. So this will take like a few seconds, and we'll see if this works. I don't know whether this particular node version, like this particular Sass version, is supported by React, but let's try quickly by going into index.js and importing /styles index.css. And then we need to do npm start because we changed in package.json. And okay, let's see. It worked. So now if I just go, let's commit this change. So this is installed node Sass We'll search for SCSS support. And now for this one, let's try to use body and give the font that we used first time. What was the font again? It was Open Sans. Font family, Open Sans. Sans serif, and save it. Boom, it worked. So added basic SCSS styles. So now I guess it was Shrishti, I guess. Shruti or Shrushti. So the reason why I'm using SCSS here is now I will be having the same kind of structure inside the components as well as the SCSS. So here I'm going to add an app.scss here, similar to components, and for the .app, I'm going to do something. And here there is components bootstrap header. So I'm going to add one more thing, bootstrap /header.scss. And then inside the app, I'm going to do at import bootstrap /header. And in the index, .scss, I'm going to add at import app. So this way, I've got all these things in the header. So I guess we need to add a header class here for app.js. So since we haven't given the class name here, use header. And then in our header.scss, if you look at this one, currently it doesn't have any margins. So margin bottom 15 or something like that, if I put, immediately it has got the 15 pixels of margin here. So this is something which I wanted to say. This is how I basically write React code, just for for people who are looking for the idea. So added header styles, wired all the styles. So whatever steps I'm taking, I'm actually putting into the commits, so that later on when you look at the code and review it, you'll be able to see how exactly we have come from this part to that part. So for example, what do you mean by added basic SCSS styles? So I added a style file called index.scss, and then I linked it with the index.js by this line. So something like that. You can actually learn everything one by one in this way. Okay. So without any further delay, we are going to go for the SplitWise application. In the meantime, I'm just going to quickly look into the questions. Srishti Gupta, yeah, you are the person. Srishti, you have been extremely active and asking right questions. Connect with me on LinkedIn. I want to give you a special surprise. And the reason why we are using double not operator is I'm forcing the string value or any kind of value, whatever the value, typecasting it into Boolean value, whatever the value is. So one exclamation will convert it into a Boolean and it will negate the value. If I do double negation, it will give the right value. So if you pass on true, it will give us true. If you pass on a string, it will give us true. If you pass on 0 or something or empty string, it will pass on as false. So this is the reason. Siddharth, for accessing this recording, it is always available in the YouTube. So wherever you are actually writing the comments, it is here. This link will be permanently visible. Is everything fine, Pranjali? You have been extremely quiet. Sorry about that.
I was watching very keenly.
Is it interesting? Is it boring? Some kind of feedback will be.
I'm watching and grasping as much as I can.
Oh, cool. Thank you. So yeah, let's carry on with the next stuff. Where are we left with? Okay, so now we are going to go with the real application itself. So let's start working on it. In the meantime, if you feel, if you can please connect with me on LinkedIn, just send me your LinkedIn request on the link that I have sent. So enjoy. So why haven't you used template literals in the second one? Which second one are you talking about? I guess you're talking about the header.js, I believe. Let me quickly open the header.js. This one. So there are two ways of using string interpolation. One is through this using template literals, and another one is using this one. So I just wanted to show a difference. Like you can use both. You can use anything. You can use single quotes. You can use double quotes. You can use template literals. You can use double quotes and concatenation operator. So everything can be used. That's why. So I just wanted to show a simple example. Now let's try to understand the data structure here. Oh my God, we just went on everything about basics of React for past 1 hour. We will try to like finish off everything about the application right now. So first thing, we need to find a good data structure, and also we need to find the logic how we are going to do it. Okay, so let's see how we can do. Right. I'm just going to open codepen.io because it's going to be JavaScript, right? So let's try to think about a logic. So if I'm using a JavaScript console, great. Sorry about that. Wait a minute. I'll just make it bigger. Okay. So this is the logic discussion that we are going to have. So the first thing that we are going to do is, so we will be having multiple entries and we'll be having multiple friends, right? So first data structure is going to be friends as an array. And then the second data structure is going to be entries, like how would you say this? Money. Okay, so something like this. Let's take a simple example. So damn, we both are having the same names now. Pranjali and Praveen starts with pra. So let's do PK for me and PS for Pranjali. Okay, Pranjali, please come up with a scenario. So we both went for a trip, and then I paid for the car. So I paid like 100 rupees. So that for now, we will assume everything is going to be split into half between you and me. Okay. And Pranjali, you spent for the food. That was like 200 rupees. Okay. Currently, I owe you 50 rupees, correct?
Yeah.
So now it should say Praveen to, ultimately the end is Praveen to Pranjali. It should be 50 rupees. It's not 30, it's 50. So this is what needs to come. Okay. So for that, how are we going to do? So friends, we have Praveen, we have Pranjali. Okay, and money. So let's start with one thing. So who amount is going to be 100. How do you say for what? Like, okay, for car, and then who paid it? It's going to be Praveen. And then second thing is the same stuff we will use. Amount is 200 you paid. For food, who paid us? Pranjali. Oh, stop it. Yeah, okay. So now there should be a way how to kind of like format it. Yeah, format this one. Right. So now we have got the complete data structure. So now we have to analyze this content, and then we need to tell who did what. Okay, this can also be converted into friends of 0, and this is friends of 1. Okay, so now what we need to do is Okay. We are going to do money dot for each. This is just going to send us what is happening. That's it. So console.log. So who paid what? Okay. So this is the current. So this is money. I'm going to confuse you all guys, I guess. Okay. So who paid? So money dot who paid how much amount money dot amount for money dot for. Okay, something happened. Wait, don't say that. Is everything fine everywhere?
It's fine. It's fine.
It's you. Okay. We have last 10 to 15 minutes to wrap it up. So this is the main thing that we are going to work. Suddenly you scared me again. Okay, so if you look at this one, it says Praveen paid 100 for car, Pranjali paid 200 for food, which is great. And now we need to calculate who is going to pay how much and for who. Okay, so okay, I'm totally confused in this as well right now. So let's quickly ask someone here. Oh, bearer. That's a nice thing. Me here, R is different. Sorry, Santosh, what? Okay, purpose bearer. Okay, purpose and bearer. Great. This is cool. Let's use the right terms then. So this is purpose. And this is bearer. Okay, so we just go. So this is going to be bearer and money purpose. Okay, super. So now we have got all these things perfectly done. Now we need to somehow put each amount into each of the friend. So in that case, so we need to split it into the number of friends. So friends by 2 will be the split. So the same thing, we are going to do the money dot split. So let's create another array of things that needs to be given or something like that. Const give. Okay, again, I'm giving a wrong naming convention. So money dot for each, or we can actually do this way. Money dot map money, and the first thing is we need to split it, right? So let's also do console.log give. So we'll see what exactly is going to happen at the end. So this is going to have two objects of undefined, and the first one is going to be okay. First thing is Praveen needs to give the other person. Okay, so money. So friends of. Okay, so Praveen has to get, right? Cool. So the others, we need to find who are the others, who is the current person, something like that. So array remove by value JavaScript. Again, this is what I generally do in work as well. So there should be somewhere. So slice the index and 1. Slice index 1. Okay. So now if I try to do so first thing is Let's use this way. Again, a template literals. Dollar, whoever the bearer here, money dot bearer has to get dollar money dot amount divided by the number of length, right? So money friends dot length. So I need to get 50 rupees. Praveen has to get 50 from these people. So I'm gonna put, so this is the array of these people, right? So friends dot slice friends dot index of, so this is comma 1. So index of what? Money dot bearer. We are just removing this person from this list. Okay. From Praveena. No. Okay, slice is not the right thing then. Okay, then in that case, what we will do is let's use something else. Return const get from equal to dot friends and get from dot slice money dot bearer. Okay. I'm not saving it. Did it work from Praveen and Pranjali? No, this is not the right way to do it. Okay, so let's try to use it. Does it work? So slice is correct. Let's use splice. Get lost. Praveen has to get 50 from Pranjali. Pranjali has to get 100 from Praveen, correct? So it is sorted, right? So now if in case, so who wants to pay what now? Quickly. Let's add one more thing. So in case if you are paying more, another thing. So let's say you are paying for maybe another 150 rupees for some purpose. Say something. We have to finish it off. This is the complete logic. Phone call, whatever. Oh, wait, tour is going to be like 300 because I don't have that much money in my bank. So you are paying it for it, Pranjali. So Pranjali has to get 250 from Praveen. So we have got everything, whatever we want right now. Okay. So to give dot join slash n. So can we all be confirmed that this thing is working correctly?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. Now, instead of using text here, we will need to convert this into a data structure, and then we will be putting this inside our React application. Finally, we wanted to do a React application. Now we are stuck with this alone. Oh my God, this is so bad. So let's try something here. So in this case, get from will be the array. So here's the return value. Okay, I've actually messed up the whole code. It looks so messy. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this is the whole thing. This is the map function. So return, I want to return an array, just get from, then that is the bearer again. bearer is obviously money.bearer. And finally, the amount. Okay, so this amount will be from each bearer. So bearer is going to be an array, right? So sorry, get from is going to be an array, right? So if I remove this part, I believe it's everything is object. Great. So we will take this string and we will map it to this guy. Dot map tg is this one. So this is going to be tg.bearer. This is going to be get money, right? tg.amount from tg.getFrom. Okay. So Praveen has to get 50 from Pranjali. Pranjali has to get 100 from Praveen. Again, this one. So now what finally console.log, let's do a finally one. I'm sorry, I'm not able to finish it. I told you, right, Pranjali, I will not be able to finish this thing. It so happened like this. So we will be using a reduce function to reduce all whatever we have done so far. By the way, I will definitely answer all the questions that you have asked. Oh, drinks. That was nice. But what is that? What did I say actually? For tour. Okay. Okay, tour is fine, right? We need to like integrate this whole thing into React, which I will do, and then we will get back to our stuff. So hey Pranjali, there is a request from Shrishti saying like it would be great to organize another session with me. So you're ready? We can do a part 2 of this.
Yeah, I guess because we won't be able to finish it up today, right?
Exactly. So we will try to get the logic done at least. So finally, in this case, how much I should be getting. So I'll be getting 50 rupees, and then you will again, like get everything from me, which means I would be spending something and you would be getting something. So which means I would be getting 50 minus 100 minus 250, correct? Can someone put the math? 50
minus 300. Like
it's minus 300. Oh my God, I need to. So it is minus 300 for me. So since there are only 2 people here, you will be getting the same thing as well. So Pranjali, you need to give me 50, then plus I need to get 100, 250. So it's going to be plus 300 for you. Okay. So finally, what is going to happen is, so now we are going to look at the bearers alone. Okay. So this is the get from kind of a thing. So what we are going to do now is who gets what. So console.log get from dot. Let's map. Should we map? No, this is reduce. Reduce. So reduce will take 2 syntax. So one is the accumulator and current one, and accumulator contains nothing for now. So return accumulator here for now. So this is the basic structure of a map function. So let's wait for some time. This is not get from const to give. To give. Okay, to give dot map, and then it is going to have no content here. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is for every current stuff, who is the bearer? Who is the main person? So to give, I need to know what is there inside to give. So console.log, I'll put to give. Yes, I know the time is also running out. I'll try to finish it in 5 minutes, promise. Okay, so inside the to give, I've got something like get from people, bearer, and amount. So bearer is the person who is damaged. So if accumulator of current dot bearer is undefined type of undefined, then we'll just add an array. Okay, so now this array will contain one particular thing. Sorry, it's an array, right? Push. So the first one is it is minus 50 from you, right? Okay, so to C dot we have bearer, we have what? Get from and amount C dot amount. Okay, now if we see this, so Praveen to Pranjali I have to give 50. Perfect. Pranjali to Praveen 100. Hey, no. This is not the right way, correct? So this is from, then in that case. So we have finally got the thing. We have got this particular stuff. Now Pranjali has got 2 entries. So with this being said, so to give us this one, const final gives, I don't know what exactly I'm doing. Okay, so now since we have got all these things, right? So final gives us a array. Sorry, it's an object which contains a lot of things. So object dot keys final gives dot map who. So now each of them will have a list of things, right? So so this will be just the due. What we will do is console dot. So this is going to be an array, right? So the map will actually take in something. So return who dot from maybe. Wait, come on. It should show our names. No, didn't work. Oh, okay. Return who should be the thing. Perfect. So now we are going to create who will have some 500, something like that. So now it will have Praveen as 500, Pranjali as 500. Excellent. Now you need to get ultimately the content of this one. So final gives who, sorry, of who, what is there inside this one. So it has got the array, right? So we will be doing another reduce, starts with 0, and here accumulator and current value. So all we need to do is accumulator plus C dot amount. I guess this should work. All right, this doesn't seem to work. So I guess we need to stop it here considering the time. And what we will do here is I'll try to look into it and fix it. So far what we have done is we have got the entire logic written here, and the next thing that we need to do is we need to somehow bring this in a user readable format and then send it to the React.js page. Correct? Any questions so far? I'm just going to quickly look into the right. Okay, there was a message from Sanj which was deleted. Pranjali, it would be okay. Yeah, so that's it. Any questions so far? So whoever has joined in Zoom, Salik, Srishti, Rachna, Santosh, Karthikeyan, Akshay, Kanishk, Diksha, Lakesh, and Shrashti, please connect with me on LinkedIn, and let's talk in detail about when we are going to have the session once again, and it's going to be really helpful for everyone to learn together. Even I'm thinking, okay, am I going in the right path or wrong path? I was not sure. What do you think so far, Pranjali? Did we go in the right path? There was something that
I get there was maybe a small glitch that we lacked, right? So because of that 50 thing upar niche hota hai na, so it is like fine. We'll maybe organize another one because we are lined up with workshops for this month, and we'll be closing ZetaHacks around 28th, which is the finale. So maybe before that we could lock in with another session with you. So awesome. Yeah, it was actually nice having this ride. Actually, it was a roller coaster ride. We got stuck. We tried climbing up.
And this is exactly, I promise you, this is exactly what I do in my office as well. Just imagine right now, after at 3 o'clock for my time, I'm going to go to the office. I do literally the same thing. I do this, I fail it, I send it to my team for verification. They are going to shout at me, dude, you can't even fix this small thing. And then coming back. So I wanted this to be natural. That's why I did not even practice before. And then I wanted to show how exactly I work at my workplace as well. So this is so in case if anyone is struggling with coding, or if you think coding is not for you, everyone has the same kind of feeling, and everyone will have the same experience. Yeah, you are not alone.
It's very new to everyone, I guess, and yeah, it was a great experience having you. So maybe we could connect again for another session. Till then, I guess most of the doubts were cleared, and all the people in the Zoom and on the live stream, if you have any other doubts, any queries, just hop into the Discord server. Praveen is there. You could ask him on LinkedIn.
And here, the Discord server links are just below here in the description.
So the link of the Discord is there. The link of his LinkedIn is there. You could join anywhere and ask all your questions. So yeah, I guess that's it for now, and we would be closing this. So thank you everyone for joining in, and have a very nice day.
See you all then. Don't go away yet.